Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Tetcher, and welcome to the first of many audience-submitted casts. I cast games sent by you guys in the audience, so if you would like your game cast by me, then please send it to replays@tetcher.co.uk, and then I will mostly go into it blind. I usually record a couple of these at a time, and then I pick my favourites or just upload them all. Simple as that. So send them over, and can cast your games. Preferably stick to Hero League, because I want to see reasonably high-level games, but I don't care about the rank. I just want to see decent teams. Or Quick Patch if you have some amazing comps, some really fun stuff, like we have in this game. But this is also a Hero League game, so we're going to head into this. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me hit the pause button correctly this time. Welcome to the Infernal Shrines, and we will start on the right with our villain team. So, playing the Thrall, it is going to be Dexter. Hang on, let's do it this way. Playing the Abathur, it is going to be Commissa. Playing the Muradin, it is going to be Durful. The Kael'thas, being played by Ril. We've already said the Thrall is being played by Dexter, and the Uther, is being played by Arrow. And these are our villains. On the left-hand side, though, in the blue trunks, our heroes are going to be Trident, playing the Sergeant Hammer. It's going to be Snowdell, playing the Zagara. The Sylvanas is being played by Death Strikes the Murky, by Sir Twiddly. These two are both people I play ARAM with, and one of them submitted the replay, but didn't say who they were, so thank you both of you. And the Gazo is being played by Die. So these are our heroes. So starting off, we can see Abathur situating himself in the mid lane, and Zagara trying to push up, get some creep down, but it's already being cleared up by the Kael'thas quite quickly here. In the meantime, Death Strikes and Sir Twiddly going super aggressive onto this top tower, very nearly taking it down, but the roam up from Durful going to put a stop to that. Kael'thas coming from behind, going to try and get the kill onto Sylvanas, who's already used her Haunting Wave aggressively onto that tower, so has no escape and does get taken down at the start here. However, while this roam's happening, and because Abathur isn't a body, the bot lane is being pushed massively by the Gazo and the Hammer. And in case you guys haven't noticed, this is a full specialist team being run by our heroes here, and they are going super aggressively. One tower already down in the bottom lane and in the top lane. Mid lane, Zagara's doing her best, but no one is defending her because Abathur is stuck in the mid lane. Gazo is finally getting chased down. Here comes Trident. Just going to try and do some damage to Dexter, who's dived onto the... Oh, the lightning did bounce to Edie. Hold up a second. We're going to watch Edie and see how much health he had at the end there. 98, 100. Bouncing zap. 19 health at the end there, but he did get out of it. Well done. And that is Thrall going down. We nearly lost Ril as well, but he is able to back away from this and not get picked off. Top lane once again left unattended because we had the double roam down to mid lane to defend against Zagara, who was starting to get her lane pushed. However, first shrine will be spawning here just above the mid lane, so this is when red team have the chance to make a comeback, because right now they are a level behind due to the towers going down. Both towers down in the mid lane. Edie needs to be very careful with this much health. And yeah, they're just going to go straight into this. And it looks like a call was made there by Murky to completely ignore the objective and to keep pushing. And we will see red team start on the Immortal here. Gaslow still in the spot lane. He has very little health though. Hammer has moved up to this area. Snowdell also going to have a quick peek here. And they're going to start working on these as well. They are very far behind though. In the meantime, Death Strikes getting focused down by Kael'thas is able to get out, but they've already pushed down both the towers once again in this top lane. Snowdell and Trident still trying to do what they can, but they've only got one demon between them. Gaslow did have to go back to base because he was low on health, so did Death Strike. So right now, Murky's the only one that's pushing, while Zagara and Trident were still trying to get any demons they can and still only have one, and they in fact do lose Zagara. Red team going to continue taking out these demons, going to get very close to their Immortal already. Over halfway there, Edie coming in pretty much on his own here. Death Strike just going to completely ignore him and run straight out to the top lane. Edie going to try and fight with his turret that does block the Abathur missile, but the Abathur missile is killed off. But nice! Uther killed off by Trident, but Trident getting focused down here. Very nice talent choice here, which you just saw. He did take resistant, which meant that he was actually able to survive to only get knocked off for a second or two and then continue shooting back, but he is picked off at the end there. In the meantime, though, while all this is going on, top lane is getting wrecked by Death Strikes and Sir Twiddly, and that is going to be the first fort of the game going over to the blue team. In comes Kael'thas to try and put a stop to this, but it is going to go down. The minion wave here alone will be enough, and now immediately they turn up to Kael'thas, who's here alone. And nope, Death Strikes is completely ignoring Kael'thas and going for the fountain. Thrall taken down in the middle area though by Snowdle and the Gazlo. Snowdle going to get focused on by the Immortal, but he has a son to kill us. He's going to be able to defend against this. It is an Arcane Punisher though, so we need to be careful not to get picked off. Sylvanas did die up here, so it is going to be just Murky defending, who's getting focused out quite hard, but he should be able to hold, at least stay alive. In comes the Punisher again onto Snowdle and takes him down. Punisher going super ham, but as you can see, it was the first Punisher of the game, which is why we didn't see blue team push as much. It didn't actually do that much aggressive damage. Meantime, the rest of red team starting on these mercenaries. They're going to try and take those down. Let's have a look at the talents while we see the Gasso and Murky continuing to push top. Sylvanas and Hammer D-pushing mid, bot lane, but left unattended. So let's have a quick look at the talents here. Sylvanas going for the paralysis, going for that increased duration on the black arrows. Down goes Sylvanas there, actually, and the unstable poison to help clear waves. The lost souls, just so she can bounce more stuff out. Uther needs to be very careful here. Battle momentum and the envenoming spine's corpse feeders, just to tank up those tower hits from Zagara. But the envenom spine's the extra damage, and she's going to have more hunter killers next to battle momentum. And Arrow having to back up here. Hammer could be in danger, so is Zagara. Zagara will be fine, and Hammer will also be able to get out of there quite nicely. Bot lane still unattended, and as such, red team have actually managed to push it up. So that is pretty good for them. Gazlo still fighting. Murky got taken down. Turret! The Abathur shield, though, is enough, and Arrow able to get out there. Far too ambitious by the blue team. In comes Murky though for round 2, but Uther has healed himself at this point, so may not be able to get anything. Still has Abathur. What I said, trying to bait him into the pufferfish, not going to happen. Bot lane, now the mercenary campaign at red team, going to put a lot of pressure on here. And we said we'd have a look at some of the talents. Let's have a look. Burden of Guilt, very interestingly taken by the Uther here. Thrall going for a bit of a hybrid build, bit of defense, bit of offense, which is quite interesting. The Mana Tap from Kael'thas is kind of cool. It allows you to stack on the demons, get your mana back that way, but still an interesting talent overall. Still takes the Vision Bomb though, so we will more than likely see the Chain Bomb. And the Crowd Control from the Muradin, a very interesting talent choice. Not the usual one we see. We usually see the Thunderburn, and also not taking that Reverberation against a Sergeant Hammer here. And there we go, Muradin jumping over the wall, going very aggressive onto Hammer. Good knockback, but the double stun with that Pierce Trident, having to boost out of there, but will get out. Snowdle, not going to be so lucky. Body blocked by Muradin, will get taken down. In the meantime, Murky continuing to push top lane. Sylvanas pushing the mid lane. And Gasso was hanging around the area, but he does have to back away from this. Needs to be very careful here. And Hammer making good use of those hypercooling engines. He died. Needs to get out of here. He has his heroic. They get a huge level advantage at this point in the game. Does get taken down, so a lot of death here. March of the Murlocs from the Murky, and they're already being used in the top lane in combination with his Living the Dream, which I believe was fully stacked at that time. It was, so we're going to see a fair amount of damage going down there. Another Pufferfish. Still not have his bubble. He did just use it, so we'll go down and reset his stacks completely. Other heroics, Wailing Arrow, fairly standard from the Sylvanas in case she actually does need to fight. Nice knockback from Trident there. Going very aggressively onto Dexter, but has to move. She's getting stun locked. Nice! More from Snowdle to save Trident there. And Sylvanas, though, is once again going to fall to Kael'thas here, who went very aggressive there. Grammar Bomb 3000, once again, a bit of a team fight heroic coming in from Sylvanas, Zagara, and the Gazlo. Murky, also kind of team fight damage, but also a lot of push potential, and the Napalm is also a jack of both trades. Twiddly getting hit by that Flame Strike, not dodging it this time, but was able to get some nice pushing, will once again die and reset his stacks, but it does not take too long to restack those. The rest of the blue team is defending that Punisher. Arrow having to back up. Oh, the Roach! Oh, the Roach expires. Arrow just standing still here, but he will get out of here in time. Just going to be in the middle of the lane here. Dexter coming down to help the push, which is already finished. And blue team able to defend that quite nicely. Kael'thas once again pushing back Sir Twiddly, who is only on 3 stacks here, will not be able to get back over to that fort. So instead, just going to push the wave. The heroics we can see from the red team here. Ultimate Evolution, Avatar, Phoenix, Sundering, and the Divine Storm, interestingly enough. But I guess it doesn't make sense when you are going up against a load of people who aren't going to be team fighting you too much. Thrall, I still think it would make more sense for Divine Shield. Keeping that Thrall alive would be super, super useful. But Divine Storm going for that stun. he feels confident with it, so we'll leave him to it. He's gone very CC focused, actually. Burden of Guilt and Divine Storm. I guess they just want to lock these people down because they're not team fighting. They are just trying to push, so lock him down so they can't escape. We're actually going to see him come in here. Nice Sundering. And they're going to try and focus down Sylvanas. Divine Storm stop him teleport? No. And that means Death Strike will get out here. There's a Divine Storm that just stopped Gazlo getting away. The Silence coming in to try and help. But Gazlo still goes down. Zagara fighting Kael'thas here. In comes Murky for the gank here. And they're able to take down Kael'thas really far forward here. And Zagara will be able to get out. They are they going to be able to take that? Yeah, they should. The Roaches will be able to tank that quite nicely. And with the Pufferfish, they'll be able to take that down. Sylvanas and Hammer trying to push the mid lane, but they need to be careful. In comes Thrall. Nice teleport just in time by Death Strikes there. And Hammer just going to push back Thrall, make sure he can't get anything else out of this. And there is level 13 for our heroes. We can see the Barricade, a very fun choice when playing against a melee assassin like Thrall. Look at that, completely stuck, drops the Wind Fury, and is unable to do anything about it. However, Muradin, on the other hand, was in a good position to get the kill there. Twiddly trying to take the Merc Camp. He's one hit from dying. Down he goes. And that leaves one part of the Merc Camp to get taken down. If Kael'thas was paying attention, he might realise that something was going on down here. The fact that Murky did die without being seen on the map, but isn't going to look so Twiddly, though. Does just show himself there, but fakes backwards to try and go for this camp. Anyway, there's a lot of people around here, though. Uther, Thrall, and Kael'thas all hanging around this area, and Muradin, in fact, are all going to be hanging around, but Sir Twiddly not going to be spotted here. We can see the sprint being taken by Gazlo. Very interesting. And a free-man push. Zagara, Sylvanas, Gazlo in the bottom lane. They're definitely going to get the fort out of this, and Murky will take this camp finally with that health pool. Middle fort also been lowered a bit, but these guys can just keep going. They, once again, are not going to fight for the demons. Only 15 taken already. Murky, gotta keep pushing. Gets in there finally, dropping that March of the Murlocs. Full start on the tower. March of the Murlocs on just the gate and the wall and the keep. One on the keep. Whereas the rest of his team now a 4-man push. Gazlo joining them in the bot lane. And that is going to be super aggressive. They should actually be able to get a keep out of this. Kael'thas, the only person coming to defend, but he's coming to defend the Murky. Abathur, hanging around in the mid lane, is just helping his team take out those demons and helping the Kael'thas. Not helping the Kael'thas enough, though, because Twiddly gets the kill. And that is going to be the first keep of the game down to the blue team, who are not stopping, by the looks of it. Sylvanas, at least, thinking about continuing, but they've realised that everyone has been back to base, realising what's going on. Nice Sundering from the Thrall here. The more to try and counter it. In comes the Gravity Bomb 3000, but no follow-up to it. Divine Storm is good, catching 2 members, and down goes Zagara. Gazlo dropping that sprint. He will be able to get out of here. Sylvanas, with a sneaky Haunting Wave over the wall, has moved into mid lane, and it's going to start working on this fort, and she will likely be able to take this down unless someone comes and stops her. We're finally going to see Thrall make his way over and begin work on her. Death Strike. Needs to use that Haunting Wave. Nice, gets it over the wall. Would have been horrible if he ended up in this little corner here. Is going to be able to get out and escape safely. Hammer gonna get his shit beaten in by the Immortal, but was by the Punisher, sorry, was able to take that down though. And we have level 16 talents available for our heroes. To see the graduating range by Hammer, the Baneling Massacre by Zagara. That's pretty cool. The Cold Embrace by the Sylvanas, because it does actually work out for the it does work out against buildings as well, which is really cool. Murky continuing to go with the Pufferfish build, so he can actually help a good amount of burst in the team fight. And the quick release charge, double bombs from the Gazlo, a good old fashioned build from him actually. Reduce, reuse, recycle, extra TNT. Need to be careful though, because we've already lost Sergeant Hammer. Murky continuing to ignore what's going on. We're seeing Sylvanas was also taking a Merc camp. Murky was thinking about helping out with that. Instead, we see Death Strikes coming in from behind, and the red team takes down the Muradin. Now has been shrink raid by the Uther, stun locked, and gets annihilated. But it was a good kite there for quite a while. Edai now having to pull back arrow. The Hunter Killer, one shot away from killing him again. Arrow able to get out of here. Here comes the March of the Murlocs from behind onto Kael'thas. The more will save him for the moment, but the damage is still going to be there. Down he goes. Sir Twiddly does get taken out by the Thrall, who will get out of there with the movement speed boost given to him by his Wind Fury. And level 16 now available for our red team. Edai's not done yet. He has very little health. Going for the combo. Gets the Thrall and the Clone Thrall. But once again, no follow-up damage. Now Clone Thrall going to be getting into a bit of a battle with Sir Twiddly, who does bubble after the Wind Fury shots have already come in. Going to try it out. Micro, nope. Does just get beaten the hell up and taken down. Edai does not have sprint available, but the root doesn't hit. He should be able to get out. There is the clone expiring. and he does escape. And our hero's still in the lead here, despite not taking too many team fights, and despite having a huge potential for a massive wombo combo. But they are just staying safe, playing it well. Our red team, our villains here, we can see their level 16s, the extra speed from Abathur helping escape once again. The imposing presence, a good choice from Muradin. Zagara trying to back out here. She has no way for herself to escape, no self-heal, and she gets wiped by that Divine Storm. But the barricade is good, keeps them in the napalm for quite a while. Deathstrike still trying to do damage from the side. Wailing Arrow comes in onto the Uther here, and that forces Uther to back up here. Hammer gets caught in the Sundering though. In comes the Phoenix and the huge wipe onto Gazlowe and Hammer there. What happened to my voice there? We're seeing Sir Twiddly in the midst of this, trying to cause as much chaos as possible and be a distraction. Thrall does actually get caught in the puffish, but still gets taken down. And Sylvanas, the only one to survive here, but of course it is Murky. Murky is already back. Sylvanas, though, just going to once again ignore the objective and decides to push the lane directly next to... Nope, she's just going to run past it. Looks like she's just going to go straight for this key, but she does have her attack and movement speed slow, but she does have an escape route over here. She's just going to focus this down because once again it is disabled. In the meantime, the bot lane is actually being pushed by mercenaries and catapults. That forces Kael'thas to back up, meaning he's not helping his team clear the Punisher demons. And as such, Deathstrike able to get that fort. And that is the last fort of the game. There's still 2 keeps left though for the red team. In comes Kael'thas, and he's got a lot of kills onto Sylvanas already. And the stun locks take her down. Sylvanas not having a good time here. We can actually have a quick look here. Sylvanas on 6 deaths, but she's been focused and stun locked so hard. I wish you could see a time spent stunned or a time stunning enemies timer. That would be very cool. Gonna see most of blue team begin focusing onto this Punisher, getting rid of it as quick as they can. Murky was taken down in the top lane there and has been forced to come back and help his team clear this up, which they have now finally managed to do. Red team taking out the Shaman camp, the Fallen Shaman in the top lane. That will begin pushing, but currently it is alone due to the minion wave being pushed, so that will take a fair amount of damage, assuming the minions can get through the dogs quite quickly, which looks like they may be able to do in time. We can see the Khazra camp taken by our heroes here, and red team, our villains, moving into their own Khazra camp. Might be able to take that, but Schnodel coming in for the intercept, but once again, the stun locks happen. The Sundering actually going to be the main part. There's the Maw, though, which will give Hammer a good chance to escape and will force this camp to release. Will it reset? No, it starts to, but they're able to start it in time. And they will be able to get this Khazra camp. Blue team, though, moving in very aggressively here. Muradin over the wall straight away. He was able to see our heroes here via this particular wall on the map. Deathstrike not in a great position, but he is pulling back. Nice stun by Uther here. Pufferfish and March of the Murlocs already going down, trying to force this fight in this area. Gazlowe getting stunned up so much. He can't get the Gravity Bomb. There's the Gravity Bomb, but not too much out of it. But the damage is enough to take down Thrall. We're seeing Uther getting focused by Sylvanas. She takes him down. Edai and Sir Twiddly coming back in. Durful in the Avatar is just going to be so tanky. Gazlowe getting focused down by the clone, gets taken out. And now it is Deathstrikes versus Commissar. And we have already seen Durful has managed to escape. Commissar is going to get taken down, but in comes the Kael'thas once again for the cleanup. Will take down the Murky here. Murky doing a lot of damage to him though, and Rill does have to back away, but that's still level 24. Our villains first. They're able to take that Flame Strike. Does so much damage here. It is actually a full Flame Strike build coming in from our Kael'thas, which does help him clear out these camps pretty nicely, but very few defensive talents. The Flamethrower is the only defensive thing he has, and despite being able to stay at range, not going for Gathering Power, which I find a little bit weird. He, in fact, does go for the mana tap just for the mana. It's a much more safe build, but still kind of interesting. Oh, nice bubble there from Murky. Top lane, getting pushed quite hard here, and there is the Punisher Shrine activated. Deathstrikes, trying to juke. Oh, he does it. Gets around. What a play there. And Deathstrike coming in, immediately finds Kael'thas and gets blown the hell up. And down he goes. Oh, no. Maybe. He's out. He gets out of here. Unfortunately, there's no way they're going to be able to get this Punisher. In the meantime, though, they're doing a pretty good job of pushing in this top lane. Zagara and Murky already working out 15 health called out by Deathstrike there. That's how much he got out of that on. And we're going to see our heroes push this in. They will be able to take this down. Kael'thas taking out a good chunk of the minion wave, but Zagara minions will be enough. March of the Murlocs coming in as well. The Maw not landing, but Gazlowe is here too. Throws out an explosion. Explosion will land on Chaos as he stands in it. Gets hit by all of the Murlocs, and the Murlocs will take him down. Bad moves there. In comes the Thrall. He gets stunned out though, but he's able to force Gazlowe to back up. This keep still alive. In comes the Pufferfish though, and the minions to try and finish off. The Pufferfish finishes it off, and Gazlowe gets taken down, but that's still 2 keeps down. The minion wave still pushing for our heroes, but a Punisher has arrived for our villains, and they're going to push this in. Having a look at the level 20s for our blue team, we see Nexus Frenzy from the Hammer, Fury of the Storm from the Zagara, the Sylvanas, and the Gazlowe. I completely forgot he could take that ability. And the never-ending Murlocs, more Molochs, more problems coming in from Murky. Hammer getting stun locked, and the Punisher doing a good job of, well, waiting on him, but Trident still able to get out of here. Thanks to that reduced cooldown on his movement speed buff, the hyper cooling engines. In comes Thrall, coming in to help. Murky fighting Uther here, unable to really fight him off because of his self-heal. So has to let him go here. Meantime, Punisher jumping over the wall, going on to Trident, but no one can follow up from the villain, so Trident should be able to get out of here. Murky going to continue taking out this mercenary camp for the moment. He should be able to take that down without too much trouble. Punisher's doing quite a good job though, but Hammer getting jumped on again, has to boost away. That reduced cooldowns really saving his life here, and the Punisher finally going under court, and that will get taken down. Not before our villains do get a bit of aggression onto the key, but will they be able to get it? Zagara coming in with the Balings. In comes the Gazlowe, and that clone. Bit of a failed jump there by the clone, does get taken out, and that is a little bit of XP going over to our heroes. Murky once again moving into the top lane, but we see Chaos already here to try and deal with this. Already clears up the minion wave. And Fury of the Sunwell, very nice for clearing out that catapult there. Worked out well for them. Rest of our heroes pushing in, going to steal this Khazra camp back that we did see that the villains were trying to steal here. However, the villains do get the bottom lane Khazra camp, and that will begin pushing up. However, Hammer already here, already sieged up in fact, and prepared it will unsiege. Needs to be careful. Sylvanas sneaking in will take this camp, whereas the rest of the blue team will finish off that Khazra camp so quickly with 2 Fury of the Storms there. They're able to take that down really nicely. Sylvanas will get rumbled by Arrow here, but Arrow does nothing about it. In fact, just stands still. There we go. Is spotted by Death Strikes and has to back up here. In comes Thrall. Could go into Death Strikes here. Not going to be worth it. Sir Twiddly coming in with the March of the Murlocs here. He was full stack. He was not full stack at the time here. Good silence into the Maw. Only on Thrall though. The clone Thrall going after Zagara, doing a lot of damage here. Sylvanas going to try and help. No body box coming in. Sir Snowdall does get out of here, and that clone clone Thrall, sorry, is going to get taken out. Real Thrall still fighting Murky, does take him down. Standing on the Pufferfish though, does get out of range. However, Muradin was not so lucky. He did stand on the Pufferfish. He's going to have to back up with no health left. Thrall also going to play it safe and go for that fountain. Kael'thas now the only one, almost gets Gazlowe with that Fury of the Sunwell Flame Strike, but they're going to begin giving chase. Hammer in a good position here as he's range to hit the towers, and no one really has the health to rush him. Kael'thas going to do it though with his stun, but the resistance allows him to turn it around. The Fury of the Sunwell takes down Hammer though. She would have stayed there too long. And as such, Murky now going on to Thrall. In comes the stun once again from Edai, who still has no health and no sprint here, and is finally going to be back to base. Zagara just going to clear out this camp, this wave in the top wave, and we'll be able to take the down quite quickly. Death Strikes, dodging out the dog, and it's going to be able to pull back that Gazlowe turret. Going to help out with a little bit of damage here. Going to see a bit of dueling, bit of kiting here coming in. We have the Overwhelming Affliction as well for Death Strike, so he's able to get a lovely bit of slow. And we're going to see Snowdall coming in onto Durful here. In comes Commissar. Going to start on Snowdall. Snowdall having to back up Death Strikes from behind. Snowdall getting focused down so hard. He gets taken down by the Dwarf Toss. And now it's Edai getting focused down. But nice body box here, keeping them in his own explosion. And he is able to get out, but Commissar is about to fall, and Sylvanas falls first. He was focused down. Sir Twiddly trying to get the demons on his own. Here comes the March of the Murlocs again. He is not at full stack. He's at 9 though, which is pretty high. Uther able to take down Gazlowe there with a very nice, and Murky takes down Muradin with the help of Abathur there. So very nice play there by Sir Twiddly. A lot of damage if you stand in a full March of the Murlocs. Twiddly will get wiped though. It's 9 away, and his egg is all the way back here. In comes Hammer to try and do it. Only 12 taken so far by our villains, so there's a good chance that our heroes might be able to do it. And we're going to see the Murky and the Sergeant Hammer move in here. Arrow moving into a position to try and prevent this. 23 taken by our villains. In comes Murky, baiting a lot here. Might be able to get at least a couple. Gets 2. In comes the napalm. They need 5. Hammer doing just anything she can. Getting focused down though. Needs to do something. Only 4 demons to go. Can she move in? Murky is on his way back. 30 taken by our villains. They're going to try and take this down as quick as possible. And then they could probably go for a huge push. In comes Sir Twiddly. He needs to do it. And no, the villains do take the Punisher and they take down Murky. However, bot lane being pushed really hard. Top lane being pushed really hard. However, this will be mitigated assuming one person defends. And because the Punisher will hold back the minion wave. Schnodel getting chased by the Punisher. However, what's going on here? Trident with the sneak. Top lane, like we said, being pushed. Bot lane being cleared already. So Trident already spotted here. Needs to really move into position, but in comes Muradin straight away. Hammer already sieging up. In comes the clone. Good barricade, though. Napalm not really hitting anyone. Hammer having to boost away. She won't get anything out of this and may, in fact, even go down. That is if... Nope. Siege is up. And dies. That is what we call a panic siege, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm being chased. Quick. Siege up. That'll save me. Sir Twiddly going forward a patented standstill strategy and does get taken down. Death Strikes coming in from behind. Gets the silence, but nothing to follow it up. Being the only one alive. Punisher pushing really hard, and this is what we said could happen here. The red team taking their advantage, and we see everyone dead except for Sylvanas and Murky. Sylvanas getting focused down, and Murky, the last man standing to try and save this game. The Punisher distracted by a keep, so Murky could at least try and make a move here, but looks like he has accepted his fate. They're all on very high health, and the Punisher does go down. Arrow and Dexter are still on full health. There's the Divine Storm for good measure, which was upgraded with the Divine Hurricane, and that is GG. And our villains do take the game there. But a valiant effort and a very good job with the full specialist comp, but just weren't able to seal the deal with that one. But really appreciate the replay being sent in, guys. Once again, thank you to either Death Strikes or Sir Twiddly there, who I think are the ones who sent in the replay. But it's not. Neither of those were the names that I saw on the. Neither of those were the names that I saw on the email that sent me it. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. This has been the first audience submitted cast. Be sure to submit yours if you want me to try and cast your games to replays at tetcher.co.uk. Be sure to say that it is a replay cast and not a community challenge cast. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.